Good evening, traders, and welcome to another StockX post-market recap for July the 16th. We hope you guys are having a wonderful week thus far. With all the crazy news that's happening recently, and the market continues to hold all-time highs, the key question remains: how far can it go, and how long can this bull rally last? Well, it all comes down to the key news items that we are witnessing in the next couple of days. I'm going to be sharing all that information with you. Besides that, I'm going to be talking about key levels, key stock predictions that we make on a daily basis, and also go over the challenges that the market may face moving forward. So let's get straight into it. So far, we do see that the S&P 500 closed near my level 2 bullish 5668. Now, one thing that you can notice here, I'm not one for making trend lines, but you can see that there's a clear support identified here, and that the market is on its way to test my estimated weekly high that I provided over here. Now, we've been managing to trade all sides of the market. I've been giving many amazing trades for small account traders and for many other details as well. So if we look at our trade record over here, you can see that so far, if all my positions go to zero, I'm pretty much up 24. Right, most of the success had to do with the MSTR play that happened last week that did very well. Now, one thing that you see here is that a lot of these trades actually did very well, but because I'm up a lot of profits, I'm holding these a lot longer, and I'm letting them pretty much do their own thing, right? So I got maximum risk over here, and we called out that SPX would open in the green. That's how we got this SPX call winner over here. And we had these QQQ puts that actually we called out earlier in the small account that actually managed to go to. So, when we were talking about QQQ right over here in the small account, for small accounts, we had mentioned that QQQ 495 puts would work here. The main reason why we like QQQ rather than SPX is because it was a NASDAQ that was pretty much in the weakness here. But these ended up going to $2 over time. So that was something that was a little bit further out. We also are swinging, a couple of plays here. So there's a lot of open trades that I'm swinging, and I'm pretty much not even doing much with that. Okay, so high degree of risk tolerance here, and they can definitely break out. Okay, so my prediction for tomorrow is that the S&P 500 likely will open around 5680 and has the potential to go to 5702. That's where the things are going to be very hard for the market to really break out here. Now, Bitcoin has been doing very well and managed to rebound right off that the 57K earlier this week. So last week it was very weak, but it managed to really make a comeback here, and we're pretty much still holding our coin calls, our MSTR calls. Also, our we had the 1600, but we kind of sold it a little bit too early. That's fine, and they're continuing to move higher. So ASML has earnings that they're reporting tomorrow here. Okay, we're very bullish on the stock. So based on my research, ASML basically their last earnings report, if you guys go back in time, you can see their last earnings report pretty much the stock went from 972 and dropped all the way to the mid 800s. It had a low at around 850. Okay, because the earnings was not good. They missed on their booking numbers as well. Now, the reason why I'm so bullish on this stock is because they are likely to show higher bookings. Why? Because a release of NVIDIA's Blackwell chip, which also is seeing higher demand of more than 20%. ASML is going to be the company that produces those machines. And ASML is a highly capital intensive business. So it requires time for these machines to be built and applied. So NVIDIA is ordering these machines like crazy, and the size of these machines are big as airplanes. Okay, now the second thing here is that basically last quarter they didn't really show or recognize their full revenue for all the machines that are going to be made. I believe this quarter is going to show that, and that's why, even considering last quarter, the stock went from 800 and made all its way up to 1,000 plus. Okay, that's because market makers do know that the revenue recognition is going to be coming in this quarter. That's why I believe it has an opportunity to see 1150. That was basically my top gamma that I've seen for this, but I think that the news is going to be so good that it's probably going to go beyond 1200. It's even possible it may move 13 to 17%. Okay, so huge move here. And in the free accounts, we also gave the trade for SMH. Okay, so this is a semiconductor index. Okay, this has an all-time high at around 283 here. Now we give the 280 calls, so that's assuming that semiconductors are going to keep pushing to an all-time high. And if that happens, then you're going to see an entire rally in the overall index, and that's going to be purely based off semiconductors. Nvidia has an opportunity to really get to 132. That's going to be its key breaking point. If it does, it's 134, and potential breakout can happen. If Taiwan Semiconductor earnings, so we're going to get ASML earnings happening tomorrow before the open, and then following that we have Taiwan Semiconductors on the following day before earnings. So Nvidia really has a shot at getting to 140, and the key hint you have to look for is at around 132, and that's where the stir gets the ball gets rolling here. Okay, ARM we're not doing much with. It's a no man's land chop range, so we don't see that. SMCI here has incredible weakness, but it does need a catalyst in order for it to get up. Currently stuck in my chop range, and it pretty much bounced off this 866, which you can see right over here is literally the low of the day. This level 1 bearish was a strong support and the best opportunity to get into SMCI if you guys liked it. Okay, so we could probably see a nice rebound here because it held my level 1 bearish support right over there, but I'm not in it because of course SMCI is still weak and sold off on the news. Now Apple still kind of stuck in no man's land here as well. It has a very strong resistance at 237. GS was going nuts, but I think the money may move out of GS and go a little bit lower. This chart is actually old, so we're not really looking at it. And Carvana, this needs to get through 147. If it fails to get that, it's very possible it can reject and get back under 142. Tesla, we're also watching as well to see if it can break through my 265. If so, it can start to move. You can see here that 265 is exactly where the high of the week was, so my numbers are so insanely accurate that we pretty much called the top, which was my level 3 on this as well. You know, and a lot of my inflection points has pretty much been hitting. Now if you look at my daily chart over here, you can see that SPX stopped around my level 2 bullish, and pretty much we went down, and that's where we took the put. You know, we made some nice plays here, so that's how you stay pretty much profitable with all our trades that we got going on. Okay, so just to summarize things here, and I want to keep this short, I believe the S&P 500 is going to open in between 5580, maybe even 5590, but I think 5580 is where our gamma support is. That's going to be a very strong inflection point, but 1702, that's where you might see a big pullback on the S&P 500. If it breaks, you're looking at blue skies possibly to 5720, but the odds of that happening are very low according to my research. Okay, so ASML is going to be the key thing that's going to be moving the market. Stay tuned for more. If you guys want to check out my mentorship program, I've been giving a lot of accurate trades. You can even see my free Discord as well. And if you guys been following my Twitter, all our predictions have been hitting non-stop. Okay, guys, we base this off our gamma zones. We look at option premiums to pretty much understand the story here. If you understand the ranges on the market, you could pretty much get an idea about where the S&P 500, where my stocks are going to go moving forward. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this market recap. I hope to see you guys in my chat room, making money with us, learning with us, and it's definitely fun. The room is growing incredibly fast, and I don't want you guys to miss out as well. The first payment is always 50% off, so you guys don't basically you get the opportunity to test it, and you can also make a lot of return off there. Similarly, I'm also launching a school network, so you guys can also learn about my model as well for a very low price of $1 per day. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys in the chat, and like always, let's get that money.